quick video on roundabouts. So the first rule you're going to need to know is called the 12 o'clock golden rule. Now this is in the official rules of the road book. If you haven't got it already, this is it. And if you go to the roundabout section, it shows you the 12 o'clock golden rule. So I'm just going to explain that next. So this is for your lane position. Now I actually use this rule as well for your signals, it just makes it a bit easier. But anyway, first we're going to concentrate here on the lanes. So what lane should you be in? So the rule says if your exit is at 12 o'clock or beforehand, you're in the left hand lane here. If there are no lanes marked out, like here, you split it into two, like I have done here with the blue marker. You split your lane into two lanes if there's enough space. If your exit is after 12 o'clock, then you're in the right hand lane or the right hand side. So if you come up from this side, you'll be tight to this side. So 12 o'clock or before, left hand lane. Anything after 12 o'clock, right hand. Now the next rule is for your signals. So if your exit, I use the 12 o'clock rule for this as well actually. So if your exit at 12 o'clock or before, you have one signal. So you'll see in the rules of the road book it says that you have to signal left at the previous exit or slightly after. So in other words, if I'm taking the second exit here, which is right here, you have to signal left after you pass the previous exit. So just after this area here, this is the part where you could actually turn in. So once you've gone past that a little bit, you can signal here, and then everybody knows you're taking the next exit here. So you have no signal on the approach, and you signal left here. If you're taking an exit after 12 o'clock, then you have two signals. So you have the right signal on back here on the approach, and then you have your normal left signal which comes on at the previous exit. So if I'm taking the third exit here, it's after 12 o'clock, right lane, right signal back here, and keep in your right hand lane close to the roundabout, and then you switch to the left signal here and you exit the roundabout. And that's similar then for the fourth and the fifth exit in this example. If you're taking the first exit to the left, it's before 12 o'clock, so left hand lane, and the previous exit is actually the road you're coming up on. So you signal left as you approach, and you leave it on until you exit, or until you take the exit. Now there's another rule for right of way. So if you're approaching the roundabout, you have to look to the right hand side of the roundabout into this area here, and you have to yield to anybody coming across towards you this way. So you have to yield to traffic coming from the right and traffic already on the roundabout. So what that means is, for example, if I was going straight on here, second exit, I would be in the left hand lane. But if somebody came from my right, obviously I have to yield to them. But if they're traveling pretty slow, and after they pass, I enter here. If they're traveling really, really slow, I can come around here really quick and try and pass them out. They're on the roundabout before me, so I have to yield to them. So you just slow down. If they're taking the same exit, you slow down, they exit first and you exit afterwards. And if you're approaching roundabouts, I would recommend to approach in second gear unless you're yielding to traffic. So approach in second, and unless there's traffic coming from your right, or maybe traffic could be moving slow as well, of course, then you'll be dropping to first gear. Now there are a few other examples which I'm going to show you here before we finish up. So this is a roundabout with 5 exits. So as you approach here, you can't count this as an exit yet because you're entering. So when you get into the roundabout, this is your first exit. This is my second exit, third exit, fourth exit, and then I can come all the way back around and take the fifth exit. So there's 5 in total. But just to throw this in there as well, if this road here was a one-way system, there was a line going across the road here and you have two signs saying no entry, in other words you can't exit out there, but you can enter, then this is not an exit. So if I go into the roundabout, I could possibly exit here, but if this is a no entry, just a one-way system, I can't exit out there, so this then would be my second exit, third and fourth exit. So I would have 5 roads, but only 4 exits. Now I'm going to move on to just a couple of quick roundabouts here. To explain a scenario where if you were taking the second exit here, straight on, you'll be approaching the left-hand lane, as we said, and again split into 2. Left-hand lane, and you signal left just after you pass the previous exit, which is here. So signal here and exit. Now there is one situation where this could be changed to the right-hand lane, and I have it drawn in here. So I have road markings here that say straight on is actually in the right-hand lane. Now this just changes your lane position, it doesn't affect your signals. So in this situation, if I'm taking the second exit straight on, I'm in the right hand lane, and inside here, I stay close to the roundabout, and I still signal left here, just after I pass the previous exit, and I exit. So a lot of people here make the mistake of putting on the right hand signal. You're not going right, so there's no right signal needed. This just changes the lane position. And there's another scenario which is quite common as well. The left-hand exit here is missing. So in other words, there's only 3 exits. This is the first exit. Now, if you're taking the first exit, it's at 12 o'clock, so left-hand lane, and you have to signal here on the approach to take the exit. It's just some of the signs as well you might see on the approach. One of the mini roundabout sign, one of the yield sign, and I'm just going to show you some of these signs here. This is a normal roundabout sign, and obviously the yield sign again, but this is the layout sign, which shows the layout of the roundabout ahead, showing how many exits you have on the approach. So it gives you kind of a heads up, so you can plan ahead and look out for road markings. And you know, for example, if you're going for Dublin, you know it's the third exit, it has to be the right lane with 2 signals. Okay, hope this helps. Any questions, just send me a message.